Hey, hello. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Happy hump day. As always, I'm your girl, AP, Elisa Porifico, editor-in-chief, matchmakerreview.com. Pretty cool place where you can get some info about dating, love, relationships, all that. Anyway, we're going live early tonight. Surprise. One, because honestly, if I'm real with you, I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired. And you know what? My hubby just said that I am one person on camera and another person off camera. So here's me on and off camera, samesies. But I don't know. I wanted to come on. I'm a bit tired, but I know you guys are too. Like, I'm not the only one. I'm not queen of tired randomly right now, but I think what I wanted to share that, and I wanted to bring you guys on to share with how you're feeling. You know, if you're feeling the tired as well, let us know. You know, it's tough times, and whether you're tired, you know, here we talk about dating, you know, so if you're tired about something else, sorry. But dating, we can help you. So if you're tired about dating or if anything in particular, you know, let us know. Comment, please. Message. You know, we have pros here. We're here to chat about it and connect you with other awesome quality people who feel the same way. Right? Okay. Here's the thing. Tonight we are talking about the ladies. Let's hear it for the girls. All right. I actually debated how I was going to say that. And then I was like, oh no, I'm tone deaf. I will say it in the wrong pitch. Anyway, so hopefully that was okay. But anyway, tonight's ladies' night. So what we're talking about tonight, though, what that means is what dating is like for women right now, you know? So this is going to be beneficial if you are interested in dating women. This episode is good for you. If you are a lady and you are dating, this episode is good for you. Because what we're going to talk about is what it's like for ladies out there, single ladies out there dating, how they're being treated, the different ways you can change, dodge, all that kind of stuff. But before we get into that, how you know you're in the right place? Very simply. I'll get better at that. Hold on, I need like a Mr. Rogers swing. There we go. Here we go. How you know you're in the right place? If you want the truth behind what women want, okay? So if you're ready to hear it, if you're ready to hear like the big girl, the big boy truth, you're in the right place. If you want to know if what you're doing is right, you know, I know everybody likes to think they're like doing the right thing all the time, like they know innately, but it's not true. So if you are a humble human and you think you might want to question what you're doing, like good people, then come on over. We've got answers. Or C, you're just ready for a real grown-up plan. You know, you're a little bit over the whole organic, maybe the universe will send me my person. You understand that you are an adult and it is time to make some changes. So you're ready for a little plan. So you're in the right place if that's you. And as always, before we jump into anything else, I want to take a little poll as well. And again, this is my little temperature taking. How are you guys feeling about dating these days? And please take this with a grain of salt. But how are you feeling about dating these days? Do you feel like it's either A, is it easier for you than most people you know? Is it B, do you feel like it's like the same for you as everyone else? Like you're not having you're having exactly the same time as everybody else? Or C, do you feel like it's just harder for you than everyone else around you? Do you feel like you are the chosen one to have the worst dating experience over everyone else? Hold on. I'm being...
The graphics over your face.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. Graphics. Okay, anyway, we're done with the graphics. Okay, so let's do that one more time. Should we do that one more time? Should I tell? No? All right, whatever. All right, you guys got the poll. We don't need my face for the poll. All right. But what I do want to... Please hold my diet Dr. Pepper. Okay. Where were we, kids? Okay, my favorite question. Why are you here? Why? Why are you here, my love? Why? I like this question because whether or not you have an opinion, you think, no matter your opinion of yourself or anyone else, you can't help but reflect with this question. So, and because if you're single or you're seeking help with your relationship, you're seeking something. So you got to question, hey, maybe you don't know everything. If you're in a situation you don't want to be in, something in your day-to-day needs to change, right? Whether or not you like that information is irrelevant. Something needs to change in order for you to get yourself out of a situation you don't like. So why are you here? If we can answer that question, and if, like I said, you are interested in either dating a lady or you are a lady yourself, tonight we're going to get you a front row ticket inside the lady's mind, right? Of what's going on, of all that good stuff. But again, if you're honest of why you're here, which is usually like, hey, dating's been really an afterthought until now. Dating didn't seem to be this tough for me until now. So we're changing it up. Another question I have for you is, you know, and as we're throwing it back for the girls today, for the ladies, for my femme sisterhoods, what I want to say is, when you think about your relationship, because a lot of us, you know, as kids, we start little, you know, you think about what you want to be when you grow up. And, you know, whatever it was, could be anything, right? Where were you going to live, right? What were you in a castle? Were you in a mansion? Were you on an island? Were you on a ship? Like, where were you living? You know, what did you want to be? Were you a pirate? Were you a firefighter? You know, were you ever after with who were you ever after with, right? All these things. And it even still, when you grow up, you still found that you needed to apply structure to that job that would get you that finance that would buy you that castle, right? Okay, so now I'm putting the pieces together. I understand. I don't just get given a castle. Understood. I need to like do something that's going to give me something else so I can give that something to get some sort of version of a castle. Understood. Okay, so then you spend your whole life doing that. And then you say, oh, okay, oh, I don't naturally fit into this princess gown that way. Oh, my waist doesn't actually go this small by itself. And I'm not, oh, okay, I don't get given ball gowns. Just, they're not in my closet when I turn 30. Oh, okay, understood. So all of these things that are not real or true. And then, so, okay, so that's confusing. So how in the world you spend all this time understanding that you have to do all these things to get a job and get your house and get your life together. So, but what have we been told about relationships with that story? I mean, it sounds so stupid, and I really don't want to sound patronizing. I promise you, and I really don't. But it's something that it's like, it just blows my mind, and it's so funny because if we really think about it, it really is the problem. I love romantic comedies, just like the next gal at her bestie's sleepover, but it's not real, and it's really the thing that's fucking and screwing with everybody's head. So let's unfuck it. Let's unscrew it. Let's get it right. Let's do it right, because that's where the good stuff is. That's what the real stuff is. It's where the unconditional, good, authentic party is. Let's go. But what I was saying by that, which is when we're talking about when you were little, right? Let's take it back when you were little. That question I want to take for you guys. How did you imagine you would feel? Let me take a second. How did you imagine you would actually meet the one when you were little? Right? So we're talking about imaginations. We're talking about what you want to be when you grow up. We're talking about what you wanted to be, where you wanted to live, all that stuff. So how did you meet this person in your story? Were you being saved? Were you doing the saving? Were you strangers? What was the situation, right? But, if we're any child of the last century, usually there's a gal who is being saved in some sort of situation. I didn't make this up, right? And in my comic sister tonight, she talks about this, I think, but like literally the term is damsel in distress people. So it's in everything that we've seen, it's not rocket science that there is some male energy going to rescue a female energy, and that is every story we've been told. So it's like, but that's not how life works, right? Not to mention the whole kissing women while they're asleep thing, which is like bizarre, right? Like Sleeping Beauty, literally, you had to kiss her, which, you know, that's bizarre. Snow White, like, who thought about that? No kissing women when they're asleep. That shouldn't be allowed in a movie anymore. That's bizarre, right? That's bizarre. And that's the stuff we would watch as kids and get mesmerized with it. It's not healthy or real or good. And we wonder why anybody courting a lady gets confused about what it is she wants in an intimate setting, because this is the homework. These are the references we have. They're not taught this in school. Anyway, I'm preaching now. So my question was, how did you imagine you would meet the one when you were young? What was that story? What was it like? And if you can tell me that story, I want you to now flip it on its head and give it a little 180 flip. How do you imagine meeting the one now? How does that story correlate? And again, this question is directed mainly towards the ladies, but gentlemen, please, if you are visionaries of thinking through and of these scenarios, it is healthy for you to do as well. But it's important for you to do this task and this practice, as minuscule as it might seem, because it's really going to point out to you why you are where you are, very simply and in a fun way. Okay, so how do you imagine meeting the one now is going to happen? I mean, and don't be self-deprecating about it. Ask yourself, really, like, if you don't want to be single, okay, imagine this world where you're not single, okay? How could that go down? Like, realistically, where would you be? You know, I mean, like, let's talk this through. What are your hobbies? You know, you need to talk it through with yourself. First, you need to talk it through with yourself. And two, you need to not be ashamed to talk it through with yourself. Yeah. If you can do those two things for me first, once you step into our place here, it'll be easy breezy from there. All right. So back to those two questions. Answer those two questions. Those are for you. That's homework for you. How do you imagine you would meet the one when you were young? Write it down if you have to say it, record it, tell yourself in the mirror. And then at the same token, I want you to write or repeat, how do you imagine meeting the one now? And I think a couple of that is the reason for that is what we talked about. And tonight's comedian is a very interesting modern feminist. Not interesting. That's not the word. She's a badass modern feminist. Again, somebody who continues to break molds and into further pieces and just really blur lines of labels and all that good stuff. So she's a fabulous person. And anyway, her name is Iliza Shlesinger. I had to Google her enunciation in case she ever saw this, so she knows I did my homework, girl. Iliza Shlesinger. See, now I just celebrated too early. That's what I get. Iliza Shlesinger. There we go. All right. Anyway, we got some cool clips tonight. But before we get there, a lot of what she talks about in her stand-up is, again, the perception of what women are doing to kind of get the man's attention and what he's doing and all these sorts of things. But I think it's important for guys and gals and the girls dating the girls and the guys dating the guys and anybody who's an alpha energy or male energy chasing a female energy. If you listen to these stories tonight, because you do apply to one of these, I promise you will get some success. You will get some value from this in terms of progression in your current dating life. It is the reason that's stopping you from moving forward. So another question I have for you is, do you feel your dating life has panned out the way you hoped it would? Why or why not? And again, I'll ask it again. Do you feel your dating life has panned out in a way you hoped it would? Why or why not? I ask that question because it's really reflective of where you are now. You are a person that's worked hard in your life, your career, your job, your hobbies, your something. You've committed yourself to something, whether it's not doing anything or living in the same place or whatever it's been, you've committed your life. So if you want something new, something deep and dynamic, like a relationship, then you've got to commit yourself to that in some capacity. So how do you do that? How do you start that? So really, again, this ability to call yourself out on it. There's really, I don't know where the shame came from about like not having your relationship together at a certain age or time. Like, I understand peer pressure. Like, it sucks. Family pressure, that sucks. I'm sorry if you have to go through that. My family's always been super cool about whoever we chose to bring home. But I understand if you're in a situation where it's like everyone else is around you and you're pushing to be single, you're pushing to find someone. And so I think we need to undo that a little bit, because one, there's an amazing culture in you being solo for a moment, harnessing that, and then attracting the other people that feel the same way you do. So really just redirecting it, same way you do with finding a new job, starting a business, investing, planning vacation, whatever. So again, has your relationship panned out the way you thought it would? Likely the answer is no, or you wouldn't be watching this. So if that's the case, look at that information. Look at it. Look at the information. Write it down. Like, I want you to write it down. Like, don't be afraid of it. Don't be scared. Write it down. Because it's going to release you. The truth will set you free. Write it down. And then it's going to let you know about what we got to do to move forward, right? If you have had the same kind of relationship since you were 15 and you're now, 35, 45, 55, come on. No need for that, right? You have a short life. We've got to speed it up. Got to speed up this growth here. Excuse me, guys. Okay. Always. All right. Question 2. This is my favorite one of tonight. I hope somebody comments. Do men find strong women attractive? I'll say it again. Do men find strong women attractive? And I know this is a controversial question. That's on purpose. It's not meant to be tongue-in-cheek. It's very much trying to lay it all out there. And please, everybody, be respectful, as you always are. But I want to know, what does this mean? What does strong women mean to you? What does it mean to her? What does it mean to him? This is such a objective, subjective, all in the same term, because it doesn't mean the same. It just doesn't. And it's important that if you're wooing a strong lady, or you are a strong lady, or you want to know, or whatever, you understand what those foundational things are, so you set yourself up for success and not failure. Okay. All right. So do men find strong women attractive? And if they do, what elements, right? If not, why not? And I think the main thing that stands out with this one, you guys, is, if we're turning it around, we're in the century, why can't a girl hit on a guy, And the truth is, it's because guys just aren't attracted to females when she steps into his energy over him. So, again, it's like, again, back with the fairy tales, like, we got Snow White, she's being led around by 7 dudes, still 7, right? It's all these things, but it's in reality, it's not you want to think of the ways that you men together, you serve purpose to one another. And especially if you're in a state of trying to attract, especially if a male energy is, you want a male energy to see you, notice you, step in, become drawn to you. The only way to do that really immediately is to seek attention, seek help. It is not to be more alpha. That is just going to defer. Anyway, this is literally biology. Like I said, I did not make up this up. This is biology of the years. Okay. Which again blends me into the next question. What is the formula for attraction? And again, this is tricky. This is tricky. The formula for attraction, because women aren't geared for rejection as much as men are. Men understand it's the matter of at bats. It's the matter of times that you need to ask somebody out. It's a numbers game, right? And women, honestly, it's the same for us too. We're just not mentally prepared for that. But that's the reality, is that really mates, in terms of now how you change the numbers, really depends on your filter and your ability to protect your head and your heart. So again, with the understanding that when you're a lady, you're not used to being rejected, understandably so. Just understand that you're not, you know, superwoman, and that you are a human, and that dudes, that she is a person and you are a person, and yes, it is a certain number, but it doesn't have to be quite so literal. Okay, okay, so anyway, that does bring me for my formula for attraction question. Okay, again, that brings me back to this. What is the formula for attraction? Okay, let's go back to that. So, okay, so if you're like, all right, I'm single, I think I'm cute, like I'm a happy person, I'm not drama, like I'm, like I look at what's, like I don't understand, I can get jobs, I have a house, like what's the issue? You don't understand. Then a big reason is to see why you want a relationship, right? First question, when we ask that question, right? Why are you here, right? Why do you want the relationship? You can answer that. Then you can start to answer that formula for attraction. What's that gape? What's that void that person is missing, that you're missing, that you are looking to join with another, right? And that's going to be your basis for the formula for attraction, right? So for example, if you are seeking someone who can really enjoy experiences with you, then that would be the type of arena you're going to put yourself in, positions you're going to put yourself in, traveling the world kind of experiences that revolve around that, people who are interested in travel and those things to have that kind of lifestyle, putting yourself in that pool as opposed to the pool of everyone in the whole entire universe. That's because that's a lot. So really think of that in terms of formula for attraction, really understanding, again, especially relaying to something as simple as getting a job, right? Understanding all of the different layers there is to getting a job, the interview, the type of process. The same goes for dating. Don't just put yourself in a big pool of fish and expect you to hit somebody that you're great with. You need to double click a little bit. Double click in your relationship, double click online, double click everywhere. Okay. Next question. I like this one too. This is for the men, for the ones who are actually watching. Okay. Men, do you feel like you can tell women what you really want on dates? Or do you feel like you can tell them what you want in a relationship? I'm asking some risky questions today. Yeah. All right. Answer. Anyway, but question. So like, and here's why I asked this. This question wasn't, and I think there's a double standard. There's double standards everywhere, of course. But I wanted to not just, make it a ladies' night, in the sense that we do understand that, we understand that you are not allowed to have feelings in this society. If you're supposed to be the alpha, if you're the male energy, you're not supposed to have the feelings. It's like you're not supposed to express them. You're not supposed to connect with anybody about them. You're supposed to just swallow them and like figure it out and be the man. And like, that's not fair. It's just not. It's rude. And it's a double standard. And it makes it really hard for you to even possibly sort yourself out before you, offer a female energy what they might have. So anyway, we feel you, and this community, this space, this show is all about leveling the playing field. Okay. Question, Shri. Women, do you feel like you can tell guys, I mean, vice versa, it's just this flip question. Women, do you feel like you can tell guys what you want on dates or in a relationship? Do you? What do you think? Some of you do it anyway, but some of us don't. I mean, really, again, it's a little bit of, again, leveling the playing field. Who wants what? What do you want? Why do you want it? Let's get on the table and let's match the jigsaw puzzle with the right ones, right? There is a lid for every pot, all that good stuff, but we gotta get past this weird fear of like putting the cards on the table of what we want and not being afraid to ask why we want it, right? If you want a family, if you want a house, if you want a relationship, if you want to get married, if you say that, ask why you want it, and don't be afraid to ask why you want it. We will get the answer. We will get the answer. It'll be so great. Okay. So ladies, answer me that. Okay, that was my question for that. Cool. And I'm really excited for you guys to see the clip tonight with Iliza. She's super funny. And I think her clip speaks for itself. And then when we come back from it, I will give you guys a little bit of a tip, or the ladies a tip at least, what to wear if you are dating somebody new and they're coming over for the first time. So as soon as let's go. Let's put the Iliza clip. Applause. Yeah. For sure. She's crazy hilarious and so funny and so true. I've been researching her more and checking her out more. You guys should. She talks a lot. She hosts a show, or she did for years, a dating show actually about dating. Anyway, she's hilarious. She's funny. You should check her out. And so I'm doing a lot more research on her too. And I'll share with you guys what I know. But I promised you a lesson this week. And it's not super fancy, but it is one that everybody wants to know. So I call it my first at-home date outfit, but it is a tip. So if you are you're going over someone's place, and it's the first time you're going over to their place, you're out, or they're coming over to your place, vice versa, right? There is an art to the outfit. Okay, you can't. You can't just kind of show up and you can't stay in your gal clothes. You can't wear your pajamas. You really got to wear something that you're comfortable in. And this isn't just like a do and a don't. And I'm going to tell you why. All right. So what's awesome about the world now is that there's actually really cute clothes, literally athleisure wear, Lululemon, all the clothes, beautiful, cute, sexy tops and bottoms that are comfortable, that you can wear, that guys will never know the difference. Okay. But that being said, if you don't have a cool athleisurely sports top that you got at Lulu, or a cute colored bralette, or pants, or whatever the case is, jeans are easy, guys. Like, jeans are cash. You can dress them up, dress them down. Just wear your favorite jeans. You're always comfortable in them. Do not wear an uncomfortable bra. Do not wear an uncomfortable shirt. Do not do your hair in a weird way that you've never done before. Just don't do anything you haven't done before. Just don't do that, because it's going to backfire on you. Anyway, those are my biggest tips. So athleisure wear and jeans, but and again, but give it a second to go out of your work clothes, because that makes whoever you're hanging out with feel like you're like a second thought if you're like still in your first day's clothes. It's kind of weird. And I know, but just do it for both of you. Change into something new. It's respectful. Okay. That was my tip. That's it. All right. My last question for y'all's until we wrap a doodle here. What is your next step? I like this question. I always do. What is your next step? And I ask that question because it's important to ask it before you go anywhere, right? Doesn't matter how much we talk about it. If you don't actually have a plan for it, it won't happen, right? So if you're one of these amazing folks who need a next step, need to know what the next step is, it's kind of what we do here, and we love it. Love connecting people and helping you guys. We have an amazing community here that will help you no matter what stage you're at. Okay. No matter what problem you think you're at, what kind of person you think you're looking for, what kind of person you are, what kind of issue you have, no matter where you live, we can help you navigate your life, your dating life. So anyways, your next step, if you don't know what it is, should at the very minimum be meet a matchmaker.com, please. It's where we are. It's where you can join our community. We are so much fun. I promise. But it is what you're looking for, right? You're looking for less of whatever it is that you have and more of something else. And here's the something else. All right. So recap, before I say au revoir to my beautiful people, is my ladies, just cut everybody slack. Just cut everyone slack. Just do it. Cut yourself slack. Cut everyone else slack. Fellas, be aware that it's okay that you might not know and that you don't know. And the more nimble you can be, the more open-minded you can be to a different approach, the more successful you're going to be at actually getting what you want. So just food for thought for everyone. But nonetheless, I want to see you all, meet you all, chat with you all, meet on matchmaker.com. Come into our community. Come chat with us. Come hang with us. Come hang out at our events. Meet all the people. It's lots of good fun. And as always, comment below, message with any thoughts, questions, topics, issues, concerns, all that good jazz. And until next week. All right, you guys. Have a good week.